everybody, welcome back to the dojo. Ryan here. We are continuing with our journey through the Final Run series that ran 5 years. Didn't run 2000. I looked online. Really not much to say about it. It just didn't do 2000. This is going to be a 5-part series on the sets. If you missed the first one from 99, just go on my channel, take a gander at it if you would like. But we're moving on with the 2001. So the first one in the running for 2001 is the Mercedes Unimog. So, if you can tell, if you've seen the last episode, you can see that they had changed the how they were presenting these. They put them in a huge plastic sleeve, and then now you can see the whole actual card, the blister and all that, and gave it a little Final Run cardboard cutout here, which is pretty much on most of these cars. So they put it on somewhere. Yeah, there it is on the back right there. So let me fix that. There we go. So come on back. There you go. Final Run. So they didn't do anything really special. This gave it a paint job. This thing was roughly out probably, I guess, about a 10-year run, maybe. Started out with the Castro. That's another thing. On these, they don't talk about any of the its previous models. They didn't go into detail with that. I don't know if they had a huge, drawback on 2000. That's why they skipped it a year. But they did do 12 in this for this year, too. So there you go. Last production run. This was it after that. No more. Let's see. Next we got is which ran for a long time. Started as a Scorcher series. I just did a little back-to-back on a picture on Instagram with the original one. But this is the final of the 55 Chevy that started out in the Scorcher series, which was basically a pullback. But they gave it a nice little paint scheme there with some scallops. Gave it Final Run wheels, or I guess the Real Riders, but had Final Run on there, so pretty cool. It's got all the details on the taillights and the headlights. Bad 55. It's one of the nicer ones they did. I like the first one. The second version of this is really cool too. It's a red and white as well. But it's not in the scallop form, so. But they really gave it a nice little final farewell. So, yeah, these are not too bad. Let's see, the next one in line is the next one in line is actually the Gulch Stepper. I'll put a picture up here, but I do not have that. That's not one of the ones I choose not to buy. Like I said, I'm only going to show you the ones that I purchased that I liked. I didn't do a complete set. So there's no need for me if I wasn't going to do that. So the next one for me is number 4 out of the 12, and this is the Ram truck, which was very popular in the early 90s. They did this multiple times. First one was white, but this one actually got some Real Riders. Gave it a nice little going away paint job. Gave it the details. I don't know if it gave it taillights. Don't see them, so no taillights. It's okay. They gave a lot of detail right there. Look at that. Lots of detail. But yeah, they really did change up the packaging on these. This is all plastic now, no cardboard. Let's see. Next one on the list is, let me see here, would be the Ultralight. It first appeared, I believe, in Demolition Man series. 93, I believe, 92. They gave it a little farewell run. Looks like a lot of these got some Real Riders, except for like the Trailblazer type wheels for like the Unimog and the Gulch Stepper. But that one got Real Riders, but I don't have that because I didn't collect that. But I believe it's a GM future model because I think, like I said, it was from Demolition Man, and it ran in there. It was the cop car, the one Stallone well, I guess it was malfunctioning and drove into that fountain. So if y'all can remember that, then there you go. Next one in line, on the line. I mean, in order, it would be the Porsche 911. Now, this actually had a pretty good long run. I think it started in 74 or 3. I think it was P911. Started out like that. But it gave it some co-mold wheels from the Pro Circuit series. Gave it some headlights. Porsche emblem. They really did a pretty good job on this. And I guess they got approval to do the final run right there. Because, you know, just recently they just did that on the that one Porsche that they just released this year. So, I think it says final run on there. Yep, there you go. Nice pearl metallic on there. Really nice. I wish I had some of these loose for you guys, but I'm not that far with it. If I find them like pretty decent coin, I might pick them up. But as of right now, I'm keeping this series like this. So let's see. The next one, and this is the only one I have, I think, in my actual collection, is the final Hot Wheels 500. I thought it really looked good. They really gave this one a nice little going away livery. And this one actually has Goodyears on it. Look at that. On the Real Riders. They really, really did this one well. I thought this probably was a very very, very nice farewell livery. So, but like I said, they didn't do anything on the back. They just kind of spruced. They just, you know, every one of these years gets something different, but they keep dwindling down with all the fanciness around the packaging and all that stuff. So this one actually was pretty nice. All right. So the next one in line would be, that's right, the garbage truck. And they actually gave this a nice little gold frame. Real Riders again. Lots of detail on the trash part. Got some headlights. Final recycler. Okay. So that's pretty nice. Final run. Looks like they're not putting it on here. They're just saying it on there now. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Right there. But they did a good job. I mean, they really did give these things some detail, you know, on their final run before they scrapped them. So, I remember this being, I believe it was orange. I might be thinking of the one from 82. But I think this one was orange too. So, yeah. Nice little farewell to that one. All right. Let's see this. And what we got left? Okay, the next one's Radar Ranger. I don't have that one. I didn't, you know, it's not one I particularly like, but I will put an image up here for you. The next one I do have, that's the last one I have. And this is one of the nice ones too. They really did a good job on this. This is the BMW 850i. They really knocked it out of the park on this one. Some of these are really in demand. Like this one, the Porsche is usually pretty demand, and then the black one, which you'll see later, my other episode. But here it is, the final run. Gave it a nice treatment. Man, it's probably one of the nicest ones. I remember this came out in blue. I believe it was like 90 or 91 when it came out. It had a good little run. They really used it a lot, but that one looks really good. They did a good job on that one. I applaud you on that, Hot Wheels, for doing that. That's the last one I have out of my set. The next one is the XT3, which is the last run for it. A lot of people like racing it, I believe. Or no, I think it's the XT4. There's another one. I'll put it up here. I know they like racing it. But, yep, that was one of the, that was the 11th out of the last 12. And then the last one was Skull Rider, which I never even had that in my collection ever. But there you go, guys. This is what I have from 2001. So, like I said, I had a lot more from the first year. But, like, they skipped 2000. I really couldn't really find anything about why they did that. But they jumped right back into it in 2001. So, here's what I have. I hope you enjoy it. You all have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching. If you want, leave a comment. Like it. Tell me what you think. I appreciate it. Really would. Some input really would be appreciated. Have a good day.